And the next thing we're going to look at is the which I think is the best part of NinjaTrader by far and away, is the order management and a strategy management tool. So that's the next part that I want to have a look at. It has a lot of different features of placing orders. There are a lot of different windows and times and sales and different views and ladders that you can actually look at to place the orders. But if you want to trade directly from the charts, there's an option at the top. If you go to the toolbar at the top there, it's to the right of the magnifying glass, the show data box. There's something called Chart Trader. If you select that, you see the chart just shifts slightly, and a new bar comes in on the right hand margin of the chart. This is where you basically trade from the charts, as the name says, but you can set up some ATM strategies which are the key to this, which is what I really wanted to go through, which are absolutely brilliant. So this is how you would set up a custom ATM strategy to use with FurQuad. First of all, we've got the ATM strategy there that you can see just by the cursor, and there's a little box with 3 dots in. If you click on that, because it's standard as non-selected, if you click on that, we're going to create a custom ATM strategy. The ATM strategy window opens up. First thing that I did was change the order quantity to 3, and then we want to change the ATM strategy to custom, and it now allows us to edit the strategy parameters here, and it says 1 target, 2 target, 3 target, and obviously if you trade in the scalper, there's 3 targets. If you trade in a swing trade, there's 3 targets as well. So if we select 3 target, obviously there's only going to be 1 position open for each of these targets. They represent the 3 parts of the trade. So basically you can add a stop loss in here, just an arbitrary stop loss for now, because that can be amended once the trade triggers. So I'd make sure I always put 50 points as the stop loss. Now, because there's fractions of a pips as the prices are coming through, so it works off 5 figures. If you look at the live data, you have to put in where the decimal will be, so it would be 500 rather than 50. If you basically put 50 in, thinking that was 50 points, it'd actually give you a 5-point stop loss. So if you put 500, when the trade triggers, that'll automatically put in a 50-point stop loss, but like I said, that can be changed once the trade triggers. The profit targets, if we work off, just for example, we'll go for the swing strategy, swing portion on the pound dollar. Now for me, that's 50 points each of my targets. So the first target will be hit once 50 points has been reached. The second target will be another 50, so that would be 100 points. And my third target, final target, would be 150 points. That's the final portion of the swing trade. So you put your targets in there, leave the stops there because they're not needed. Or I've certainly not looked into them whether they can be used or not, but I don't really need them. So you just fill those details in like that for whatever stop or whatever target you're aiming for, and then you must right click on the ATM strategy bar there, and then you manage ATM strategy templates, and that's where basically you just name the template whatever you want. So if I put in GBP swing, save that, click OK. So anytime I want to place a swing trade now on the pound, I would open my chart trader via the tab at the top, and then under ATM strategy here, if you click the drop down box, all the strategies that you've loaded up and custom built will be there. So the pound dollar swing that we created was there, and then all you simply do is just right click on the chart in the area, the price area that you actually want to place the trade. So we've got let's say 51.48 just to see if it triggers, just so you can show. So right there, right click, sell stop 3 at 51.48. Yep. And then it adds your trade there. Now this is dead easy. You can move this around wherever you want. All you do is you right click on the sell stop and you can move that down to whatever price you want. It literally is that easy to move it around. So we put it back at 51.48, hopefully. Okay, so the order's been filled there. So you can see the 3 green flags there. They're the actual target levels that we entered in on the custom ATM strategy that we had. And at the top is where the stop loss is. That was at the arbitrary 50 points from the entry price. Now to move that, basically all you would do the same as the entry price. If you wanted to amend that, just right click where it says buy S3, and then you can move that and slide it to wherever you want on the chart basically. So obviously when the pattern sets up, it was a bias change, etc., the stop loss might only be 30 points, it might be 25 points. So you just move it to the exact price you want. That's the strategy setup and the order management, and that, I personally think it's absolutely brilliant in NinjaTrader. I think it's the best part of it. You can set as many of those up as you want. You can set them up. You need to set 2 up per currency pair. Obviously, if you were trading the swing and the scalp, but obviously your targets will be slightly different when you set them up. And then you just apply each strategy to the chart at the price where you would want it. And that's as simple as the order entry is off the charts, really. I mean, there are other ways of doing it, which I've never bothered with because they were a little bit long-winded. I'd rather just trade straight from the charts, personally. So that's basically what I found with using NinjaTrader. Hopefully, if you've taken the time to go through, I think there's probably going to be 2 or 3 parts to this video, rather than, I don't think I'll be able to put it up in one part, to be fair. So there's going to be 2 or 3 parts. So if you've taken the time, if you're interested to go through all the parts, then obviously, first of all, thank you for watching. And secondly, hopefully what I've shown you will help you some way towards using NinjaTrader, and show you the plus points and the minus points that I found from using it. I'll be back in the live room as from next week. I've just had a few things, a few personal things to sort out over the last fortnight or so, so I've not been doing too much. But I'll be back in the live room from Monday, so I will speak to you guys from then. So happy trading, and if I don't speak to you before, have a great weekend. Alright, thank you for watching, everybody. Bye bye.